sometimes the devs make changes and it just helped builds click, right? We've got some builds in the game that have always been good and they're still good now. And with a couple of modifications with new gear, you know, and things like that, they can just be better. And this build that I'm running right here is an example of that. You know, it was always solid. It was always really good. And give or take, if you can aim, unlike me then, they've just made it better. And we'll do a little bit more of a gameplay demo. But we've got survivability, we've got good DPS, you know, and running and gunning like this, it's actually just fun to play. Don't have to be terribly accurate. You know, we can get mullered like that and not have to worry about it. I don't even know where I got mullered from. Oh, up there. Can't shoot through the window. Hello. You're annoying. Come back. Snipe him with an SMG. And you can see that, like, as long as you just play it, you know, fairly sensible and get used to it, you don't have to use cover or anything like that. You could use a shield with this if you really wanted to, but it would take away from it a little bit. I've got some decent survivability built into this, and you can make it more DPS focused really easily again. I mean, this is what I'm saying. There's nothing that nobody can't farm with this build. Everybody can get it. Won't take you long to put it together. Ow. And I might as well be running a shield with all this dazing that's going on. Yeah, I mean, that's probably enough of an example because it's not like it's anything spectacular good or, you know, out of the... Not good, it is good, but it's not out of the ordinary. And I'll just kind of show you what it is I'm running. Here you go. It's, you know, there is one piece that's pretty hard to get, the chest piece. I guess the PS chest piece, all red, is pretty hard to get. But you could just swap that out for a group or piece and do more damage than what I'm doing, perhaps. It's just awesome. My chatterbox is only, you know, 16 on the expertise meter. It could be 27, so there's 11% more extra weapon damage that could be built in there as well. I've got it rolled to damage target out of cover. And obviously instant chatter, you're wanting to kind of keep that up as much as you can because it means no reload and it means fast rate of fire, and it's just really, really, really good. The Dark Winter's great at the moment, but the chatterbox is just awesome, and I really think it deserves, you know, it's definitely one of the main SMGs to use this season, along with the Dark Winter, along with the Ouroboros, even though it's had a nerf. They're all very, very good, and it just really depends on what kind of playstyle and, you know, which one you actually like. Shield Splinter or whatever on the secondary. The reason why I went with Gunner is because 10% armor on kill makes sense. And then obviously with the PS, I also went with another 10% armor on kill with weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage, and critical hit damage with Obliterate. But you could run a group or chest instead. And if we look at the stats with the group or chest, we can add a huge amount of crit damage. Like so. And you're only giving up 10% armor on kill. Remembering that Hunters gives you 20% armor on kill, and that gives you 10, so you got 30. So it depends if you want to play with 30% armor on kill or 40. But if you only play with 30, you can have 181% critical hit damage in this build. It's absolutely wild. Like, it's so good with still 58 critical hit chance. That's really easy to get. That's the group O piece. Crit chance, crit damage with Obliterate. Obviously, we did take a little bit of a hit on 2% crit hit damage from this season's nerf on Group O, but it really doesn't make too much of a difference at all. Then with the backpack, we're getting 15% extra magazine size. It just kind of benefits the build, you know, for keeping the chatterbox from not having to reload, right? Then few extra bullets. If you're like me, you know, not everyone can be awesome at aiming, you know, and things like that. So if you need them extra few bullets, this just keeps that up, and then obviously then keeps the DPS up because you're never having to reload. And especially if you manage to get yourself in a really good rate of fire moment where you're reloaded with 5 enemies around you and you've got the absolute burr, you know, speed of the SMG, then, you know, it just makes absolute sense. Weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage, and bloodsucker on the bottom. Killing an enemy adds and refreshes a stack of 10% bonus armor for 10 seconds. Again, without any blues in the build, we're always in recovery and we are always in bonus armor because of how fast that we are killing. And then just 4 Hunter's Fury. Like I said, we get the 15% SMG damage, 20% armor on kill, Apex Predator, you know, weapon damage, crit damage, crit damage. Weapon damage, crit damage. Knees, weapon damage, crit damage, and holster, shock, weapon damage, critical hit damage. And just remember, with Apex Predator, enemies within 15 meters of you are receiving the debuff, amplifying your damage against them by 20%. Killing a debuffed enemy with your weapon disorientates other enemies within 5 meters and amps the damage again by 5% for 10 seconds, and that'll stack up to a further 5 times. It's huge. It's absolutely huge damage. But obviously the shining star of the show is the buff that the chatterbox got this season. You know, 850 RPM as standard is just really, really good. And if I reload, just make sure that is the base. Yeah, I've got no chatterbox stacks on there whatsoever. So that RPM can become absolutely insane. And yeah, it's just really, really good. Because as you can see here, kills refill 50% of your magazine. And we can stack it up to 5 times. When you reload, rate of fire is increased by 25% for each enemy within 15 meters. So all I tend to do is I'll shoot 1 bullet out, run into combat, get quite close, pop my Banshee pulse, and then that gives me time to reload with as many enemies close to me as possible, and then just go ham. And hopefully then you can keep that rate of fire up through that entire section, unless you come across like a tank or something like that that's going to require a little bit of extra special attention. But yeah, really, really good. Really, really awesome. A lot of fun. And it's just, yeah, since they made that change, I'm just absolutely loving running the chatterbox. It's just great, great fun. That's going to be it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you're running this season down below in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. 60% of you that watch my videos are not subscribed. So if you could fix that, I will love you forever if you hit that subscribe button. All my links are in the description if you want to check me out on X, Twitch for drops, or my Discord. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, agents.